Hey everyone, how's it going? Let's hope it works a third try. Usually it would. Anyways, welcome to another Last Cloudia video / live stream. Obviously where I'm doing this live stream, but I know a lot of people watch this later on. So I had to reconnect my router because I don't know that was the problem, but definitely having issues with the Wi-Fi at the moment. So if it goes back to being laggy or has problems, I'm gonna have to postpone this stream to later on in the day. But let's just hope that doesn't have to happen and hope that it works from here. But anyways, let's continue to what we were doing, and hopefully once I start, it will keep working like this and we won't have to worry about anything and we can just enjoy everything, which should do, because there's no reason why it wouldn't. But anyways, let's get back into what we were doing, and that is looking at the new Alice units and the arc. Like I always do, I look over all of their skills and everything first, and then I wish there was music. I think it's because I stayed on this game for too long that it removed the music, which kind of sucks because I kind of like the music. But anyways, let's have a look at the new units and the arc. So Alice, yeah, it seems to be working alright at the moment, but I hope I didn't jinx it. So Alice, this is just normal Alice, nothing crazy. The original Alice that first came out, the first Alice that we've had was Cyber Slayer Alice, which was kind of interesting because this is just says Alice. Nothing, it's like it's nothing special about this, but she is an improved version. It's kind of like a true form, pretty much. So stats, first of all, HP is pretty high, and strength and defense pretty high too. Kind of reminds me similar to Shift Roland's stats because he's kind of a tanky / DPS unit as well, so he has high strength and defense. But I think with Alice, she's more of a DPS because she doesn't have as much defensive skills, but we're gonna have to have a look at that once we get to it. And she is a machine type, which is good because I personally like machine type units because mostly for Arena, for example, because most units in Arena would use Human Slayer, skills like that. Not many units use Machine Slayers nowadays in Arena. Well, the Arc is still something, at least you got something new, but I know the Arc is an SSR Arc, so I guess it kind of sucks, but usually it's never a good idea to pull for these units unless you have enough to pity the units. That's always what I think anyways, especially for free-to-play players. So her mind is pretty good too, isn't that bad. Attribute resistance -20 to thunder kind of makes sense because she is a machine, and machines being weak to thunder makes sense a lot. +10 to light and 25 to dark is nice too. It is nice to see that she only has a minus resistance to thunder and nothing else. On my end, it seems alright. It seems a lot better than it was before. I'm not getting any drop frames or anything, so it should be alright from here. I hope so. It looks like it. So let's go over abilities. I'm hoping that it doesn't crash or something in between I'm talking. It shouldn't. It's stupid. I wish it didn't do that. Anyways, skills. Abilities. So her skills are pretty similar to her original form. Very similar. And I guess some of them are also similar to her summer form as well. Skill 1 instantly close the gap for a medium area light combo attack. So it is a close the gap skill. So I do like those skills a lot. And one thing to note is she's another light DPS unit, which is kind of weird because I wanted something other than a light DPS unit because we've had too many light DPS units recently. We've had Melee, Roland's, and now Alice really close together in like a month, and they're all light DPS units. But one thing I can say is they are all different in what they do. You got Melee, which is an element user, and you got Roland, which is kind of a tanky healer, and DPS unit, which has super armor. Then you've also got Alice, which is more of a special damage unit. So they, even though they're all light units, they do things differently. So I guess it's not a bad thing really, because I think she's gonna be good since you can put on Trisha or anything if you want. but units like Melee and Roland's kind of limited to only using light swords, and they can't really equip Trisha or anything. So she could be pretty good. But let's see, rest of the skills. Skill 2, medium area long range light attack around the target. So this is also similar to normal form, or I haven't really checked the animation or anything. I did look at the video, but not recently, so I don't remember what the skills were, but we'll be trying that out later on. And I don't know how fast the hits are, but we'll have to try that, and how much skill stocks and everything. Skill hit counts, I should have saved those. I think it's like 16 for a skill 3, I know that for sure, which is pretty nice. Skill 3 is a charge and deal medium area light combo attack that launches enemies into the air. I do like the ones that launch enemies into the air, they're pretty fun, not gonna lie. Yeah, it still seems to be fine for me. So let's go over special skill, which is going to be her main thing that you're going to be using on Alice, because every single Alice version, we had two other Alice shift units, well, one, the original Alice, Cyber Slayer Alice, and the Summer Alice, they've both been aimed towards special damage, and this Alice is going to be no different to that, because that's kind of how she is built, around special damage, which is pretty cool. So, Genesis, powerful light combo attack to all enemies. I do like that because it's against all enemies, so that's going to be pretty good. Damage cap plus 5,000, so more damage cap. And give units a strength minus 50% debuff. Now this is kind of weird because you're giving yourself a minus 50% strength debuff. But obviously that's a bad thing when using a special, you get a debuff. But there are ways to negate this by, obviously you could have someone like Spirit Maiden Theria and use a Cure All to remove it, or whatever the skill's called to remove it. Or you could use, there's some accessories which I think negates debuffs which you could put on. I think the accessory we've gotten from the new UR from Chef Roland, I've heard that that accessory can remove that debuff. So basically once you use a special you get a debuff. If you have the accessory equipped, your debuff's going to be removed instantly, I think. I'm hoping that's how it is, because if it is, that's going to be pretty good, but obviously it requires those good accessories to, if you can get those, which, main one I'm thinking of, one that we got recently from the UR arc, is from a UR, so kind of difficult to get that one. But anyways, let's go over the traits now. So traits, again, a lot of words, so yeah, we're kind of getting this a lot more recently, a lot of words in the traits, which is fun, really fun. When defeating an enemy, physical damage cap plus 500, special gauge plus 5%, which is the main thing there. So each enemy you defeat, you get plus 5% to your special gauge, which is pretty cool, but I don't... how many enemies do you need to defeat to get 100%? Like 20? In... see, I can see a lot of problems with her, but a lot of good things as well, because she requires a lot of setup with this unit specifically, so people have been talking about this unit thinking that she's more of like a end game unit, which kind of is, but we'll be talking about that a little bit later. Max physical damage cap plus 5,000. Fill rate doesn't reset each wave, which makes sense. There is no limit to the special gauge fill rates on this trait, so you can, as long as you're killing enemies, you're getting plus 5 to your special gauge, which is pretty damn cool. I would have liked to see a special gauge refill rate, like plus 20% or something. Like original Alice has that, but I haven't really been seeing any other units that has that as well. Even Summer Alice doesn't have that, but I guess that's an alternative. I don't know if it's good or bad compared to what original Alice had. If it's better or not, we'll have to see. But obviously if you're up against a boss and you can't kill anything, it's not really going to do much, is it? So yeah, got to think about that. When using special, boost special power based on how few enemies there are. Maximum damage plus 60% and damage cap 6,000. Now, here's the thing. This trait is pretty good, but I don't know if it's as good as the original Alice trait, because she had a Slayer. She got like an insane amount of damage cap to a special in Slayer mode, and like 120% special damage. This trait alone only does 60% special damage and 6000 damage cap for special, but it also increases physical damage and you get that special gauge refill rate plus 5% as well. Obviously she's going to make up for it by having a lot more skills, and also the second trait might make up for it too, so we're going to have to go through that. Trait 1, I do like a trait 1. It could have been like more damage numbers, but I'm not going to complain too much because her skills are pretty crazy. So trait 2, when two of either sword, machine, or spear are equipped, physical attack damage 30% and damage cap 3000. So you got to equip one of those, well, two of those if you're using dual wood, which you will be, of those weapons. So only sword, machines, and spear. You can only really use those, which is fine because best weapons in the game are swords and machines anyways. Like you could put on the ideal equipment is Sword of Lost Souls and Trishula. Amazing combination because then your skills and special ignore resistance, which Sword of Lost Souls on Alice is just perfect in my opinion. Just the best sword you can put on her because ignoring resistance on a special just makes it so much better. Physical damage and 30% and damage cap for 3000. Physical damage taken minus 25%, which is nice. So that's kind of a tanky type buff there. When attacked, chance to cut physical damage taken effect by 0.5% resets each wave. So basically what that is you get a minus 25% physical damage taken buff. Well, it's not a buff, it's continuous, it's all the time. It's not, doesn't classify as a icon buff, it's just all the time active. And when you get hit, you have a chance to cut that by 0.5%, which isn't much. I don't know what the chance is, but it's probably low, it usually is. And resets each wave, so that's fine. There is another skill in the skills which we're looking at now, which does also help that. So let's have a look at skills. There are a lot of very good skills here. I've been noticing the units recently have had a lot more, you know, very good skills in their skills, like very good skills compared to old units. All of these skills in new units, so much good stuff going on here. But let's see. Ether full release, we've seen these things before. The only thing we haven't seen is this one, which I'll have a look at that. But just to remind everyone, this is basically like a honey elixir in her already. So that's amazing. That's always great to have that. Activate Slayer mode. Slayer mode is like, as it says here, temporary SCT recovery speed, skills and special use HP for plus 5% damage. That's basically all Slayer mode does. Normal Alice, Cyber Slayer Alice does have more with her Slayer mode, where she gets more damage cap for a special and damage, but that was only in a trait, so that doesn't apply here. So, the first unique skill for this unit is what is very interesting. Now, it does require 200 MP. I think this could be pretty broken. This could be pretty broken. She's got Honey Elixir basically here, and then she's also got this, which is consume all NP to restore 100% of unit special gauge once per quest, excludes arena obviously. But think about that for a second. This is basically a one-time use Great War of Ruin on just this unit, which is insane, but I know it requires you to use all MP, and you also got this which requires MP, so she's going to have a huge problem with requiring a lot of MP. I'm not sure a good way to, you know, work around that apart from Goddess Kiss, which she doesn't have in her kit. So you're going to have to keep an eye on your MP because MP is pretty important with this unit because restoring 100% of your special gauge whenever you want for all of your MP, something we haven't seen before. And if you think about it like this, use a special once, and you've also got Great War of Ruin equipped on her. You can use a special like 2 more times. Kind of ridiculous, kind of crazy. And with all of her damage caps and everything, special is going to do so much damage. You can use it multiple times, and it's time stop because specials are. Sounds pretty damn cool. Kind of similar to what original Alice was, but kind of an improved version of original Alice. That's what I think so far. Fighting Spirit 5, Resolve up 4, Critical up 2, Advanced Aim Fighters, Proud Force. Nice things to have. I do like having Critical ups and Proud Force because I have it on literally every single of my physical DPS units. Even if they're not fully physical DPS, I don't have a good example for that really, but most units, Proud Force with critical ups, insanely good for healing. Royal Armor, anti-physical armor, chance to negate physical damage is nice. Auto protection is nice to have. Auto haste is very nice to have too. Boost SCT. Holy armor, continuous holy wall, basically less damage from dark attacks, I believe. Patience 2, when close to death defense plus 30%. So I'm realizing she does have quite a few skills that are taking reduced damage, and she has some pretty good defense and HP too, so she could be a pretty good DPS unit that can survive well enough, because you got some units like, I think the main unit I can think of is Lagrabos. He was like a true glass cannon type unit where he's got insanely low HP but can do a ridiculous amount of damage when it came out. But now we've got units like these that can kind of be a hybrid DPS mainly, but can also survive a lot of damage, take a lot of hits, which is kind of, I like to see that. Awaken is great to have because I basically use it on every single arena unit that I have. Like Mega Drive, we saw that on the new Eldravana UR arc. So if you don't have that, you don't have to worry about putting that on her. So, and that's more damage cap and more special and physical damage, so that's pretty nice. Like critical rays, don't really care too much about these, but it's still nice that she has it in her kit, I guess. I don't see any light attack rays skills, which is disappointing, because I love seeing light attack rays 3 and light attack rays 2. Those skills are pretty nice, but especially light attack rays 3, that would have been amazing. But don't see it here, but she's got some other skills. Pose of Glory is great to have, and I like this one a lot. Booster is boost movement speed. Now this is a new skill, but what it says is boost movement speed. We've seen skills like that before, but we don't know what that speed boost is. I'm hoping it's quite high, but it's not. Movement speed is still useful to have, so remember that. True dual wield, kind of expected her to have this, because Summer Alice had this, and also Levi. I think those are the only two units that have this skill. Now, normal Alice has this, which is crazy. Now, let me stop here for a second. True dual wield doubles the hits of physical attacks and special. Her special, if I go back to it, this special is powerful like combo attack to all enemies. Now, her special is 40 hits, right? Now, True Dual Wield doubles that to 80. And if you see all of her damage caps, she got a lot of damage caps to special. I think she's definitely going to be the best special DPS unit in the game. I mean, it's kind of not very hard to do that because the best special units we've got are units like Loxus with his 88 hits special. That's why he's so strong at that. But her having an 80 hit special against all enemies and also having very high damage cap for a special and being able to restore 100% of a special gauge whenever once per quest. Pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Sword Mega Boost is very nice to have more physical damage cap and damage. Same with Machine Mega Boost, same thing pretty much. Ultimate Boost 3 is very nice to have because we've only seen that one LR arc from a collab. So if you didn't get that arc, you don't have to worry about this because it's on her already, so that's nice. And Ultimate Boost 1 and 2, I think they're pretty easy to get. I think they're on SSR arcs, both of them, so you could put those on her if you want, which I probably would do that. Charge Special, Boss Wave Start, Special Gauge plus 25%. More Special Gauge, can't go wrong with that. Nice to have that. Giant Killing 2, more damage cap to skill special to bosses is nice to have. I do like that, because I do like being able to do as much damage to bosses as I can. Mercury Veil, activate a barrier once every 30 seconds that nullifies stats elements. Very nice. Very nice to have that, kind of like a little bonus. Now we go on to the unique skills to Alice. Now some of these might be skills that we've seen before. I know that Activate Combat Program is something that we've seen on original Alice, I believe. Battlestar Autocast, Brave Speed, and Critical, pretty nice. I do like seeing those. Continues until Incapitation, so these are continuous effects, but when the unit dies and gets revived, these buffs are lost. You don't get them. You don't get them back. So it is a good and bad thing. The good thing is you don't have to worry about having these buffs because you're gonna have these as long as you're alive and don't die. And she does have some skills here to make sure she doesn't die. So her dying should not be much of a problem, depending on what stage you are in, of course. But in most cases, I don't think she's gonna die that much. And obviously, Arena is a different story. But continuous, brave, speed, and critical are like the main things you like seeing on a physical DPS unit. Any kind of DPS unit, these are great buffs to have. Auto Slayer mode, auto activate Slayer mode at the start of the battle is great. Overboost is a new one. Now this one is very interesting, but I see a problem with this. You're going to see why in a minute. So, Overboost. When using special, use all skill stocks to boost damage and damage cap. When at least 9 stocks are used, max damage 135%, damage cap 13,500. Now there's a problem with this. Main problem I can see with this is you need to have 9 skill stocks and then use a special. The problem I'm seeing is that there's so much damage cap and damage here for a special, you can't really lose out on this damage cap and damage. You kind of need this. So, but the problem to have this is you need 9 skill stocks at least, which you're going to get from using this, but that's going to use all of your MP. If you do this to get all of your skill stocks, then you can't use this instantly to restore your special gauge by 100% because you don't have any MP anymore after using this. So that's kind of a bit of a problem, but if you can work around that, it's going to be insanely strong because having that amount of damage cap on a special, having 80 hits with that damage cap and all of the other damage caps for a special is going to be ridiculously good, and also being able to charge her special gauge gonna be insane, but the problem is she requires a lot of setup. I see that with this unit, she requires a lot of setup. Mostly the uh, people argue that she's more of a pay-to-win unit. I wouldn't particularly say that, but I would say she's more aimed towards end game players that have things available like UR arcs and stuff like that and know how to build things very well. But yeah, if you use this, you can have no MB to use this. But if you use this, you can then use Great War of Ruin if you have that. So that's a good thing to note. But if you want to use your special a second time, you then need more MP to be able to get those skill stocks back. So it's a bit difficult, but if you can work around that, she can be ridiculously good. Blade Reconstruction, duration of strength debuffs on unit minus 50%, excludes thumb debuffs. When recovering from strength debuff, give strength plus 35% buff to unit. Now this is very interesting because if you remember her special gives her stealth a strength minus 50% debuff. And this skill kind of makes up for that, not really. It lasts 50% less time, and when you recover from that debuff, you get a 35% strength buff to the unit. Now what I'm not sure is if you put on an accessory which negates the debuff, right? If you put that accessory on, will it automatically apply the strength 35% buff to the unit or not? It's gonna require testing, it really is, because I don't know. But this unit is gonna require a lot of testing for most of her things that she's got. Wing Barrier Reboot. When unit is revived, fully restore the trait Ether Wings cut physical damage taken. So that's another thing for her trait too, if you remember that. She's got a minus 25% physical damage taken, and when attacked, chance to cut that by 0.5%. So when she's revived, she gets that again at minus 25% damage, physical damage taken, so that's pretty nice. So that's all of her skills in her kit. She's got some pretty crazy skills here. I am seeing a few problems with her. They're not massive problems, like it's very hard to reach her maximum full potential, but when you can, she's ridiculously good. Kind of like how Cyber Slayer Alice was when she came out. She was ridiculously strong. if you had the UR arcs necessary to make her good, which is kind of the same situation with this Alice as well, but also more extreme because you need the MP and stuff like that, is a bit difficult, but very fun in my opinion, because making a unit difficult to use in this aspect, not a unit like Zleog or someone like that, but unit like Alice where you have to have the UR arcs and specific things like that. I personally enjoy those things because probably just because I have every single UR arc, but I know not many people are going to have every single UR arc available or the specific ones required for this unit. But even if you don't have those, she's still going to be a very solid unit, and being able to use this to instantly charge a special at the start of the battle whenever you want, it's already valuable there, because you know how good Great War of Ruin is. This kind of the best arc in the game. So yeah, some crazy skills here. Most of these skills we've seen before from original Alice and True Dual Wield, things like that we've seen before, but some incredible skills here. So yeah, that is Alice, a very good unit, what I see so far. I didn't look at the ailment resistance, but she got weak to blind, which is annoying really. She doesn't have any resistance to stun, so keep an eye on that because stun is very annoying. But having 3 nils to ailment resistance is pretty damn nice to have, so there you go. So yeah, I do think she's going to be a very good unit. I am looking forward to using her. I don't know what her max damage cap is of her special, but I can say this, physical damage caps are going to be below average a little bit, but a special damage cap's going to be the best in the game, almost, pretty much. Well, in terms of a damage potential of a special, it is going to be the best, but her main damage is going to be from her special, not from her physical attack, so got to remember that. So, that's Alice. Let's go over the arc next, White Monolith. Now, I believe, looking at this right now, oh, that's some pretty good animation. I do like that. I think this White Monolith was from the story, wasn't it? The new story, White Monolith, or was it? It's probably something to do with the story. But yeah, White Monolith, new SSR arc. Not really. I don't really care too much about the SSR arcs because they're SSR arcs. They're in the permanent pool. You can get it whenever. But we will be using tickets to hopefully get that soon. And I'm hoping we don't get the arc when we're going for Alice, because I'm going to be getting Alice today. So stats, don't really care about these stats too much, kind of basic stats, nothing crazy. Trait, light physical attack damage plus 20% is pretty nice, I guess. Whenever taking a thunder attack, greatly cut magic attack damage taken, maximum of 20%, resets each wave. During counter, chance to stun. Why would that exist? Why is that a thing? During counter, chance to stun. That's kind of a meme, really is. Because there's kind of a thing broken with counter right now where if the unit is countering, it increases all your damage. So if you are countering and you use an arc skill, it increases the arc skill damage by a ridiculous amount. That's not intended, I believe, so probably gonna get fixed at some point, but that's kind of why counter is kind of a meme right now, because people have been abusing it, and they have changed counter with the anniversary update. So it's weird to see this during counter chances stun. Now that could be valuable and annoying, but I don't know how good that will be. By itself, nothing crazy. And the rest of this trait is also nothing crazy. I do like the light physical attack damage, plus 20%, but again, it's nothing we haven't seen before, nothing crazy, because a lot of other arcs have better damage traits than that. So yeah, I don't really care about the trait. Main thing I care about SSR arcs is the skills, so let's look at those. Counter, fast magic barrier, light drive, I do like seeing light drive, empty brave, machine high boost, and life fort. So the main skills here, the main one in particular that I like is light drive. Now Alice has light mega drive, but that's it. She doesn't have light high drive or light drive. I believe we haven't seen light drive on an SSR arc or any arc before And I also believe I checked like whatever website, Goldmine website, and Light Drive, I believe it said on there like only one unit had Light Drive. If I'm wrong, but Light Drive we have not seen very much, and it's the first time we've seen it on an Arc, so that is going to be very valuable. And I personally like drive skills the most. There, I always like having those on units, so this could be a very good drive skill to have on Alice if you do manage to get her and this Arc if you're lucky. If not, if you do still get this Arc, then Light Drive can be used on other units. I don't know, I don't remember, I can never remember what units have Light Drive or not, but potentially Roland's as well could put this on. Empty Brave when MP is 20 or less strength plus 15%. That is very weird, but I can see why they put this on this arc, because Alice has a lot of skills that use all of her MP. So once you use all of your MP for using to charge your special or your skill stocks, then you're going to have 0 MP. Then you get the strength buff. But again, I don't really care about that because it's just underwhelming really. You've got to be below 20 MP, which is kind of difficult really. And you're only getting plus 15% strength. I don't really care about that. Machine High Boost is, now I'm thinking about it, Machine High Boost is very good to have on this arc, because I believe Machine High Boost was only on Solaris UR arc originally, so it's very nice to see this being on an SSR arc now, and it's in the permanent pool. So yeah, that, very nice to see that. I do have Solaris, but for the people that don't, that can be very nice. I do recommend, don't chase this arc, but if you do get it randomly, then very good. Be glad that it got that, because machines, Trishula in particular, some of the best weapons in the game. And yeah, Empty Brave for Arena, potentially. I can see where you're going with that, but Life Fort for Arena, potentially. Boost defense based on how little HP is left, maximum of 50%. Now, I don't know if I would use this on Arena, because I prefer using physical damage taken minus, those damage modifiers, well, damage reduction modifiers. I prefer using those instead, but Life Fort, not gonna lie, I kind of like that. Even though it's 8 SC and kind of expensive, when you're at lower HP, you're getting more defense. That could be pretty damn good, not gonna lie. But I don't know if I would use that, but it's still. Overall, I do like these skills. There's some pretty good skills on this arc, especially for an SSR arc that's in the permanent pools just for tickets. You're getting Light Drive, Empty Brave, Machine High Boost, Life Fort, Fast Magic Barrier Counter. Some pretty good skills here. It's actually a pretty decent skill list right here. In particular, I'm kind of excited about Machine High Boost for people that don't have it, and Light Drive. So yeah, pretty good, some amazing skills on there. I do kind of like that, so I'm hoping we get it, but at the same time I'm hoping we get Alice first, or we get the arc from the tickets that we are using soon. So our keep reward is an accessory, Enigma Cube, MP66, Defense and Mind, alright stats, but mostly the MP is good. Continuous Magic Barrier effect is whatever, really don't care too much. I was hoping for a better trait than that, because that trait kind of underwhelming really. Attribute plus 10 to light. Resistance to curse, I believe. This accessory is kind of not really anything to think about. It's not anything great. I mean, you could use it for the MP alone, and that's the main thing probably. As continuous magic barrier effect could be useful, but again, don't really care too much about that. But yeah, this could be useful, but I don't really care about this accessory too much. A mechanical device said to have been made by Lily. That's the most interesting thing about this accessory right there. Anyways, this arc is nothing crazy. I say the main thing about this arc is the skills, the learnable skills. That's the main thing here. That's the main thing you should be happy about if you get this arc, is the learnable skills. Having more learnable skills available is pretty much the most important thing in the game, arguably. Obviously you need the units as well, but arcs are more important to have those learnable skills. Then you can teach anything you want to a unit. So yeah, I like that arc, has some good learnable skills. Alice seems like an incredibly interesting unit, and definitely going to be a top tier unit, but I don't know how good in particular. I mean, I do kind of see that she's going to be a very good special DPS unit and probably the best special unit in the game for quite a while, kind of similar to how Cyber Alice was. Now, I don't think she's going to be 10 out of 10 or anything close to that, but when the Cyber Slayer Alice came out, she was pretty high. She was one of the best units in the game when she came out. I don't know if Alice is going to be close to that, but I still think she's going to be up there in terms of, you know, being a top tier unit. But anyways, that's a review of Alice and the Ark. I do like them both. I like Alice the most. She does look amazing and has some very interesting skills and everything, and she might be required for the time trial that's going to be released in a week from now. So keep that in mind. They might have made her specifically for the time trial. I mean, I'm just saying that because the last time trial we had was from the Titan collab, which required Levi basically, which was from the collab as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly use the tickets that I've got. I'm going to quickly use the tickets that I've got. I haven't looked at the paid equipments yet. I'll be looking at those. Now we got music, damn it. We're going to be looking at the paid equipments after I've used my tickets. That's the deal here. Do things a bit differently, sometimes fun. But yeah, only reason why I'm using these tickets now is because I don't want them to expire. They're expiring in a few weeks, so I want to use them now before I forget about them. And I could get the arc from these tickets. That's the only reason why I'm using these tickets. And I didn't want to use them before because I had no reason to use them. I already had everything. I'm not really going to be caring too much about what we get here. If we get the arc, then that's great. If we don't, I'm not expecting to get it because chances of getting that specific SSR arc, the newest one, very, very low chance. We do have some SSR arc guaranteed tickets, so hoping we get it from those, but again, very, very low chance because there's so many SSR arcs in this game at the moment, right now, and it's always increasing. So I'm saving all of these, I'm saving those because I'm saving those for when a new permanent unit comes out. I've been stacking those up, so I'm looking forward to using those. Hopefully we get lucky from those eventually. But anyways, let's continue with these normal tickets. These are kind of the beginning of the summons for the stream. Nothing that interesting, but you got to start somewhere. Then we'll look at the paid equipments. Ah, this is disappointing. Skip. Yep. At least we're saving our luck for later, hopefully. I'm really hoping that's the case. At least we got a few SSR guarantees. I wish they didn't have a time to expire. I wish they were permanent and that I could just stack them up and save them, but it's not the case. I'm just going to skip these three because they're just not going to get a red from those three tickets. And then we got the guaranteed SSR arcs. Now, I have every single SSR arc apart from the new one. So if we get anything new, it's going to be that. But again, it's not going to be new. It's really not. But I wanted to use these tickets now just in case. Then after that, we'll look at the paid equipments, which I'm interested in because paid equipments can sometimes make the unit even better. So if the paid equipments do end up increasing her special damage cap or giving more special gauge fill rates, then that could be insane. Now obviously we know that's going to be a guaranteed red, so I'm just going to be skipping through this. Yeah. But we are still going to do them one at a time just because it's fun. So we've got 3 left and then we'll look at paid equipment. Didn't expect to get anything from these tickets, but again, we're still getting Crimson Ore, so I guess that's not terrible. I do like having Crimson Ore, or the UR Stardust, and also they added the paid equipment to the Crimson Ore shop, so that's also good. I might as well press a skip button, shouldn't I? What's very funny is I still don't have a dupe of Megalodon Arc. Okay. That's the first dupe of that arc I've gotten. It's not terrible. Megalodon has been out since Shift Medine, and I still haven't gotten a dupe of it. Yeah, as expected, nothing new. But again, had to use those tickets. Because I didn't want those to expire. I was saving them just for this occasion, but yeah. No luck yet, but hopefully we got those luck later on. Anyways, let's move on over to Trading Space. So Trading Space, we've got some new events and everything. I'll look at the paid equipment last. So you've got Hero Medals, Alice for 250, the Pities as expected. I don't see anything else here with the new button. So we're just going to look at the paid equipment now. So Hero Credentials 2, we got a sword and an accessory. Pretty nice. We've also got prisms, and that's it. I was kind of hoping for more unit prisms, but that's fine. So, sword. Let's look at the sword first. So, stats, as expected, 256 strength. Attribute is light sword, so there you go. So, traits, light attack damage plus 10%, that's nice. It does apply to her skills and special. Light attack damage cap plus 1500, critical rate 5%. A pretty basic sword, but it's good because it's basically what you're looking for a sword. A light attack damage cap applies to her special and skills. And critical rate is always nice to have, but nothing crazy. Critical rate is mostly for Proud Force, more healing, it's the main thing. And light attack damage, 10%. Pretty basic sword, it's nothing crazy, but obviously I'm going to get this because I want it. And it's a light attribute sword with a good traits. Probably the best sword. I mean, it's not, but if you want damage and damage cap on a sword, which is light attribute, then this is the best one for it. But if you want more light damage and it's a light sword, then there are better options. But I think I'm probably going to mention those later on once we get to it. There's Godforged light swords, which you could use instead, so you don't need this. But if you want the damage cap, as well as the damage on a light sword, then this is good to have. Now, accessory, I'm hoping should be more interesting. This accessory, I'm expecting it to be more aimed towards special damage or something. Maybe, I'm expecting it to give a chance for special to crit, most likely. I haven't looked at these yet. Haven't done anything since the stream started, so. Strength 71, defense and mind, pretty nice. No MP, which is disappointing. I was hoping for some MP there, but whatever. So, skill 1 damage cap plus 2000. Why? Chance for special to deal critical damage. I expected that. Plus 10 to thunder is actually good. Okay, well, I don't really care about this accessory that much. And it's very weird, because only skill 1 damage cap plus 2000. Why would you even put that on this accessory? Because she's not even going to be a physical DPS unit, she's mostly aimed towards specials. And your specials don't even need to crit, because your specials are going to be hitting their cap anyway, so you don't need crits on specials. So yeah, I don't really like this accessory very much. Kind of underwhelming paid equipment's, gotta be honest. But the good thing is she's got plus 10 to thunder resistance, I guess. But if you want more damage, then you don't need this accessory. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to see how summons go, and if we don't have the credentials to get everything, I'm most likely going to have a look at the options available. If I think that there's good enough better options for accessories, then I'm not going to get this accessory, because I just feel like it's not worth getting, because the trait is just terrible. I don't like this trait at all, because she's mostly going to be a special damage unit. That's what I'm mostly going to be using her as. So, I don't really care about this accessory. I mostly just care about this sword. So yeah. If you want one of these paid equipments, I'd recommend the sword first, because you're getting more damage cap and damage, and it's a light sword. Pretty good sword. Probably what I would do is use this sword with Sword of Lost Souls. That'd be a good build, wouldn't it? No, actually it wouldn't, because she needs machine for the machine mega boost. That's kind of difficult. Yeah, building a really good build for her is going to be kind of difficult. But if you're building her for only special damage, putting Sword of Lost Souls with a paid sword isn't going to be that bad. But yeah, nothing crazy really. I don't really care too much about these pet equipments. They're nothing insanely good, but sword is the best thing here, but you don't need them again. There are good options, and there are prisms here too, but obviously prisms is usually the last thing you would get. But yeah, nothing crazy here. So yeah, those are the paid equipments. And what are we gonna do next? Well, we got a new event, and I guess I can look at the news just to check if there's anything that I'm forgetting. But yeah, let's move on to the summons in a little bit. In a few minutes. So yeah, anniversary match events. I believe there might be an Alice Prism. Yeah, unit Prism for Alice. And a new sticker, stamp. And it does say here somewhere that there is going to be a time trial event next week. Well, it says 5th of May, isn't it? Which is a week from now. Now, that time trial, I don't know what I'm thinking about the time trial, but I'm expecting the time trial to require you to have a fully built Alice if you want to rank in top 10 or something. They've also got Trials of the Summon Beast again and Beastmania, and yeah, that's mostly it. So yeah, let's go on over to the summons next. Let me just check the shop quickly first. I am very close to getting to level 46. Hopefully we can get to that today. That would be pretty nice. So if you go to Alice sets, there's a free Alice pack. You might as well get it because it's free. Anything that's free you might as well get, because why not? And yeah, that's it. Let's just go to summons. What's my plan? Well, we're just gonna have to see how it goes, but my plan is to do the step up first, just lap 1, and then after that, probably use a few free crystals, then continue the step up until I get Alice. That's gonna be the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is I get Alice from the step up. That's a red. I didn't expect that to be a red, but if that was Alice, I would have just laughed a lot. But yeah, we just did one paid. That's why you do daily gachas. I like those a lot. Even though they require paid crystals, they're still worth it. Anyways, let's move to step gacha. Now, I'm going to be doing lap 1, seeing how it goes. Probably do a few more after that until we get at least 25 credentials for the sword. And then after that, probably a few free crystals, and then the rest on the step gacha. I think that's the plan. I'm hoping we get her soon. Obviously, I'm not expecting to get her right here, but at least below 100 summons, and I'll be happy enough. Ideally at 50. This one's not going to give a red. It's just going to have 1 gold in it. Yep. It's only 2 summons. We do get credentials for these, so that's good. I am glad we haven't had any more problems with the internet. I don't know what was wrong earlier. So step 2 is 3 more summons. In total there is 20. Well, there are 20. The last one is a free temple. I have not gotten a new unit from a step gacha in a ridiculously long time. I don't remember the last time that happened. This one's going to give another gold. No reds from this one. It's only 3. It did the same thing as last time. There you go. Yep. 1 gold, rest blues. Can't complain yet. But yeah, if people are thinking of either summoning for Alice or Roland, it depends on what you want and on your account, obviously. But new players should definitely pull for Roland instead, most likely. We've been seeing Tharia shown up quite a bit, but I don't have a feeling about this. This one is going to be bad. There's no reds here. Probably should press the skip button, but we're just going to see. Yeah, skip. That's nothing. See, Roland is quite high rated on the tier list, and he can be used in a lot of content because he's a tanky healer and DPS unit. But in terms of damage, obviously Roland isn't the highest DPS unit in the game. I would say melee is one of the highest DPS units in the game at the moment. Well, because of how useful she is with elements as well, but I like using her the most. She's my favourite unit still. Tharia again. Are we going to get a red this time, please? I'm hoping for a red. Looks to be the case, but I've had this screw me before where it's been a gold with Tharia. Everyone showed up, and then it gives me 0 animations and it don't even turn to a red. Let's hope we at least get a red from this one. If it is a red, hope for Alice. At least give me a few animations. 2, please. There you go, there's 2. I feel more confident about this one now. There is a red. I was expecting that. How many reds? Is it something new? It's only 1. It is something new. Is it Alice or the Ark? Okay, that's kind of ridiculous. I was expecting it to be the Ark, I really was. Because I didn't think we would get Alice as soon. I'm no longer a mere doll, I have my own free will because I decided so, sure. Okay, well that's pretty lucky. I do like these step summons. That's probably the most lucky I've been in quite a while. Definitely, definitely. Only the one thing we're missing now is the Ark. Now, I'm not crazy, well I am, but I'm not crazy enough to go for the Ark in particular. But yeah, thanks. I'm sure this luck is because there's 15 people watching here at the moment. I'm sure it is. Anyways, let me go to the trading space. I don't do the overreaction business. I really can't do that. We only have 11 credentials, which means we can't get the sword or anything. So, how badly do I want this sword? I mean, kind of want it. I do want it. So I think I'm getting the Arc on your second multi is still pretty lucky, not gonna lie. Technically, me doing that step up was 2 pulls, 2 temples in total. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get this sword. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't keep track of what I've been saying in past streams, but I know my luck is decent. Just don't hate me for my luck, okay? But what I think is when I've been going for UR arcs, like with melee, when I got melee mare, that was 240 summons, was quite expensive compared to. It wasn't a stupid luck, but this, in particular, this right here is kind of stupid luck, not gonna lie. Yes, but I'm hoping that our luck continues this way because that's just gonna be so good. The only problem with getting this lucky is I can't get the credentials because I didn't need to do that many summons. SM Alice. What does SM stand for? Really curious about that. Not Spirit Maiden. No. Slayer mode. I got it, eventually. Slayer mode Alice, right. Okay, we're going to be showcasing her in a little bit. This stream's going to be shorter than expected. I'm going to be doing the rest of the summons so that we can get the paid sword, because if you want her maximum special damage, you're going to need the sword. That's what I'm about, so I'm going to be doing that. We just need 4 single summons, and then the rest, 1 more temple, and that's it. Yeah, that's basically what I do, is if I get the unit early, I still continue with paid crystals just because I want the credentials to get the paid equipments. Which is, I shouldn't do that really, but I kind of like getting them. If I get the Ark now, that'd be amazing, but it's not going to happen. Last single pull, and then we do 1 more temple, and then we don't do any more summons. We don't need to do any more summons today. Interesting stream. I guess I can spend more time testing her out. That's going to be fun. Last 10 pull of the day until the next unit comes out in 2 weeks from now, most likely. Then I'm going to be saving the rest of my crystals for then. So, if we get the Ark from this 10 pull, I don't know what to say, but it's not going to happen, is it? I would like the Ark. I mean, I'm not going to chase it because it's a permanent Ark. The main reason why I would like to have it is for the light drive skill, mostly. Everything else about that, don't care too much about, so I guess I don't need it right now. The rear showed up a lot today, but it's only a blue. But everyone showed up. This is going to come down to the animations, most likely. 2 or 3 animations will give me enough hope to hopefully get a red from this one. I swear, if it's an Alice dupe, that's also going to be lucky, but yeah, I think this is the time that we get either nothing or an SSR dupe Arc, most likely, but please, maybe. I mean, I'm not complaining. Whatever we get here is whatever happens. 2 animations. It's a gold, it's a red, it's a unit. Damn. Means it can't be the Arc unless there's only 2 red. 2, at least 2. If there's only 1, can't get the Arc. There's 2. No. No new Arc. But I'm not complaining because we still got Alice, so that's all I'm doing for these summons. Yeah, it is very good when you get the unit so early. Then you don't have to worry about getting it anymore. That's kind of the case when I go for a UR Arc and I get it early. In very rare situations where I get the UR Arc early before the unit. I think that's only ever happened like once. But yeah. Let's go to training space now. We can get the sword. And that's all the summons for this. I'm glad we didn't have to do that many summons. I'm not going to be going for the accessory because I'm not going to use it, I don't think. I don't think it's worth just the paid crystals to get this alone. I don't think it's worth it. For once, it's not worth it. So yeah, I'm not going to get that. Prisms, again, not getting those. Prisms are only worth getting if you've got leftover materials. If you're thinking of just spending more paid crystals just to get a prism, in most cases it's not worth it, but if you only need to do like 5 more summons to get the prism, then you might as well do it. So I'm going to be doing quite a bit of testing with her. I'm looking forward to this. So I'm thinking she requires, for her maximum damage potential, she needs both El Giovanna Arcs and Great War Ruin. So I'm gonna be building her right now. Fighting capabilities improved. We'll get her to level 60. Hopefully we can level up to level 46, that would be pretty nice. And also display on home screen, because why not? Now, what I haven't been doing recently is I haven't been preparing my Alice. And I haven't even built Roland up that much compared to what I would like. Or even Leona. I've been wanting to build Roland, Leona and Alice, but I've just been farming Arena way too much. Like, way too much. Just because I haven't been feeling like doing anything recently. Please provide orders. There you go. So let's get her to level 60 because I like that number. What potion should we use? I mean, I always save these, but I could get her to level 100, but I'm not doing that. Let's get her to 60 because it's a nice number to be at. Yeah, that's fine. And hopefully this is enough XP to level us up to level 46. Is it enough XP? Probably not. Almost. Damn it. Well. Okay, let's learn all of her abilities. Should have enough materials for that. I usually do. What is her ward? I didn't look at that. Hoping for more light damage cap, but it's not. Special damage 1%. Whatever. Terrible. So let's learn everything. I kinda need more magic tomes. Only at 247. So we're gonna learn everything and then look at equipment options, probably. Because there is a lot of equipment options since she can use machines and swords. But I think the best option for her is to equip Sword of Lost Souls. Because it means her special can then ignore resistance, which is insane. Then you can go up against a boss or any enemy that has 100 light resistance, and she's still gonna cap. Probably. That's kind of ridiculous. Overboost. So good thing about her is she's already got Honey Elixir in a kit, basically, and that other one that restores her special gauge. See, those things like Honey Elixir and Great War of Ruin are like the two meta things, like, in the entire game. I think we do get XP for learning skills as well. So maybe we'll be able to level up after that too. I know I could use a rainbow potion, but I personally enjoy leveling up the units because it's part of the fun of building them. That's just how I am. I could instantly build them, learn everything, level them up to full levels, everything like that, but the fun is the journey of learning all the skills and everything. That's what I think. And I also still got to do Arena, aiming for that 100,000 points. Don't know what I'll do after that, but once I reach 100,000 I'll be pretty happy about that. If anyone else does plan to pull for Alice, then hopefully you got as lucky as I did. Because that was pretty lucky. I think the first unit we got was Alice, so that's great. But if you want to cover more elements, then I would recommend to only go for Roland's and save crystals for different element units, most likely. But if you want to compete in like time trials and high contents, well, mostly time trials, then Alice might be required, I don't know, but original Cyber Slayer Alice was required pretty much for some time trials when she came out. So it might be the case again now. I'm thinking maybe. I'm thinking yes. Releasing a new Alice just before a time trial, kind of evil. Giant Killing 2. Almost done, I believe, with learning all these skills. Now, I have absolutely zero idea of what unit can be released after this unit, because we've got no hints, no nothing. So it's either going to be a permanent unit, or a DOH unit, or another collab. Could be anything. We have no idea what's going to happen in 2 weeks from now. Obviously, going to be another unit, but we have no idea what. I'm going to hope for another permanent unit, but most likely going to be another DOH unit. Alice does have quite a lot of HP, which is nice to have. I think that's everything, right? 107. I always miss it by 1. Very sad. This is just one stat thing hiding somewhere. There you are. I wish her 5th enhance got light attack raise 3. I would have loved that a lot, but she doesn't. Sad. Okay, that's all the abilities. Now let's awaken her once, because that's all we can do. Sad. I thought we would get more souls than that. Level up? No. Still no. Okay, now let's look at equipment. So equipment, this is very interesting. She's already got true dual wield on her, so you don't have to worry about equipping dual wields. If you are up against high light resistant enemies, then she's not going to do very well. So if you are up against a high light resistance enemy and you want to be able to do physical damage and special damage, then you must have Trishula and Sword of Lost Souls. That's the best combination to use. But if you're not, if you just want her special damage to be as much as possible, then what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna be putting on her paid sword along with Sword of Lost Souls. That's mostly just for as much special damage as possible, and being able to ignore resistance for a special is incredibly good. There you go. I'm most likely going to be keeping these 2 swords on for if I want her maximum special damage potential. But that means I'm missing out on machine mega boosts. Now that isn't a big deal if I'm not doing physical damage. So this is I'm mostly going to be building her for special damage only, because we have a lot better units for physical damage, and especially light physical damage, like Melee and Roland are going to do even better than Alice in terms of physical damage. So I think Alice's main thing is going to be special damage, so I'm going to be building her just for special damage, which is going to be really funny. Perfect. Now this is probably what I would use if you want as much special damage as possible for damage caps, but if you need more damage modifiers, then obviously put those on instead. Like Minute for Relief's good, all the basic ones, and this one, but it only applies to physical damage. Actually, one thing I want to equip on her, one thing I forgot, I don't think did I get it? I think I did. From the new UR arc, I think I got it here somewhere. Right? No, maybe not. Let me just check that. But I'm going to be equipping, come on. I'm going to be equipping the accessory from the new Giovanna arc. I'm just going to double check if I got that or not. I did, I just didn't favorite it. But that accessory is going to be incredibly good for her, I think. This one. Physical light attack damage, nullify strength, defense debuffs from active skills. I believe that the strength debuff it gets removed whenever you have this accessory equipped, I believe. But I have not tested that, which is what I'm going to be testing right now. Well, not right now, but a little bit later. So I'm going to favorite that for now. And I guess I'll just keep it on. But yeah, I'm going to be building her for mostly just special damage. But if you want, probably should build her as a hybrid physical DPS and special DPS units. She can be like that anyways, even if you build her full special damage. But if you want her max physical damage potential, I don't recommend doing that because her physical damage isn't that crazy, and if you just want physical damage, there's better units for that. So her main use is going to be special damage. Anything else I need to do before we get into testing her? I don't think so. We got all of the equipment and everything, we got all of her skills right here. And I don't think I'm going to equip anything, I'm just going to be using her base skills, because that's always the best. Showcases only use their base skills just to see what they're like. And yeah, we're going to go into story stage in a second, just to test her out. How should I test this? Is a very good question. It's hard to test her, really is. Very difficult. I think the best arc for Alice is going to be El Giovanna, because you're getting more special damage and 5,000 damage cap for special. Now, I know you could put on the new El Giovanna, but you can't really because it requires only one weapon equipped, which she uses True Dual Wield, which she needs, so you can't use this one. But what you can do is put this arc on someone else, like Roland, and use the arc skill, increases everyone's special damage cap. That's going to be insane. I'm considering leveling up this arc skill to level 10, because this arc skill at level 10 with Alice is going to be so good. I'm tempted to do that. I do have enough, I've just been saving them for the moment. So yeah, what should we do? Let's go into story stage in a second, but let me put on Jen just to help out with Honey Elixir and stuff, and Great War of Ruin as well. That's going to make things a lot easier. And then we'll switch over to the Steam version. And then later, well, during the showcase I will test out her full special damage potential as she is right now, but I'm not sure if she's going to be able to cap. So yeah, let's switch over to Steam version, which is going to be faster. Close that. And minimize that. Open up Steam version. Perfect. There you go. Now we can do the showcase and see how she is. Now, I don't know if she's going to hit her cap straight away. I don't think she is. If she does, it'll be a crazy, but don't think it is. I've never seen that sticker. I haven't looked at the shop. I haven't bought every single sticker, I don't think. Let's go into story stage, same one we always do, and we should be able to test out all of her skills and special. So even though her skills are not her main damage, I'm still going to be trying her out because she can still do decent damage with her skills. Like original Cyber Slayer Alice had fast skills, animations, and good hit counts, so that's why she was good for that. So let's go in there. This should be fine. Now I don't have Goddess Kiss equipped on Alice. I don't know if I actually have it learnt on her or not. It's a good question. Hopefully I do, because Goddess Kiss was going to be incredibly useful for her. So let's first try out all of her skills, and then special. So she can hold 333, which is very weird. I wasn't expecting that. And I could use this, but then that means you'll have no MP left, so I'm just going to use Great War Rune to start with. And let's try out her skills first. So, skill 1 is a close the gap, I believe. Okay, that's pretty fast. How much can you spam this? Okay, very fast. Very spammable. What about skill 2? Kinda like that. Skill 3. Very slow compared to her other skills. Her skill 1, I like her skill 1. I know her accessory increases skill 1 damage cap, but I don't think that's necessary. Okay, let's use this special now. Quite interested to know how much damage this does. It might kill him, might not. They do have a lot of minus light resistance. He's got minus 85, so this might be pretty good. Let's see this. She's got true dual wield. It's gonna be 80 hits. Okay, now we can do this and do it again. It's so fun. But this, now all of it, yeah, I didn't have all my skill stocked, so I'm doing less damage than I would be. Okay, let's do that again. As you can see, her main damage is going to be a special. So I don't think I'm going to be building her for her skill damage. I'm going to do something ridiculous if I can. I'm now going to go test out maximum full damage. We're going to go with Sarah, Roland, Tinkili, and we're going to do the whole thing because I'm interested, very interested in this. Roland is up here. I'm going to need you with your UR arc, and then hopefully someone got Tinkili or just Sarah, doesn't matter which one. I can just change out Sarah for Tinkili, doesn't matter. No. Some people don't learn all of their skills. Okay, so we're going to be trying this out, just to see if she can hit cap right now. And then I'm going to remove this for even more damage. Maybe I shouldn't do that yet, but yeah, I'm going to be doing this just to test it out. So let's go. This might instantly kill everyone, who knows. So I gotta use Honey Elixir, Special Gauge. Okay. Here's the plan. Great War Rune first. I could just use Eva for release. Might as well. Or I could use Apple Pie, it doesn't matter which one. And then we're gonna use specials. Roland needs his Charisma active, so we better use that. And then we also got to use the Arc skill. And then Alice special should kill everything. That should be fun. Okay, now you have to use your charisma. Make sure you do that. Okay, and now we can use this arc skill and then watch the special damage on Alice. Is it gonna hit cap? Don't know. Oh, it is kinda, I think. It is. Okay, that's ridiculous. You saw that, right? 57,000 times 80. What is that, maths? 4.5 million. Yeah, you can see how ridiculous that is, right? Against all enemies, doing like over 4 million damage. I know that is with all of the damage cap ups and all of these units and arcs and stuff. But still, pretty funny. I think that's all I'm gonna do for the showcase. I'm not sure. Maybe I should try her skills out a little bit more. I might do that. I'm gonna do that because I might as well do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep. I don't know what I should use. Should I use more special damage cap or just use the other one? Probably just gonna keep this on for now. And then we're gonna test out skill damage now. I don't know if I should what skills I should spam for that. Usually all units can hit cap with just their base skills and all of these units and everything and all these buffs. Because there's so many buffs. This should be good. Let's do it with skills this time. What arc? Good question. Doesn't matter. Well, it does for more cap. And let's see what her damage cap's going to be for her physical attacks. It's not going to be as much as her special. Her special is the main thing. That special, that was so ridiculous. 4.5 million damage. 4.5 against all enemies. That was crazy. Yep, and then we use... I could use her special again, but I'm not gonna this time. I'm just gonna be showing her skills. I'll use Theophilus, and then we'll spam things. Probably skill 1. I'm gonna see how much skill 1 does, because it's pretty fast. Let's try this. Okay. Well, she isn't... Not all of her hits are hitting cap, but that wasn't bad. Because her skill 1 is so fast, that's why it's good. I can see what they did now. They knew her skill 1 was going to be good, so they put more damage cap on the paid accessory for her skill 1 alone. But the only problem is she can only hold 3 of her skill 1, so does it really matter? No. But yeah, I think I'm going to go in there one more time just with her by herself. Just to give a more, I don't know, accurate showcase, I guess. I should equip the glass, whatever. Goddess Kiss, I don't know if I have it, do I? I do. There you go. That's what I'm gonna do, no damage modifiers or anything, just do that. And I'm gonna go in there again. What arc equipped? Good question. Probably Great War Ruin just because. And then we're just gonna go in there. This is gonna be by herself. And then that's gonna be it for that. And then we're gonna go up to the events. So she's gonna be able to use her special like 3 times. So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna take a while because I'm gonna need all the MP in the world to do this. I know attack's actually not bad. Is it ranged? It looks like a bit, yeah. Now we're going to use special. So this is with just a base everything. Not going to do as much, but all of our skill stocks. Yeah, not as much as it was. But again, this is just the base skills. And then again, I need to keep doing normal attacks for more MP. Until I get this again. To use special again. I do kind of like this though, especially kind of fast. There's a fast enough animation. Now, when I use the specials, you're supposed to get a strength debuff, but you saw it said miss. It said miss, which meant the minus 50% strength debuff was not getting applied. So that means the accessory, this accessory that I'm putting on, does nullify that strength debuff when she uses a special, so that's pretty important. Let's just do it again, because I feel like it. Maybe I'll just finish it off with her skills this time. I'll try to activate Slayer mode, because I don't think it's active right now. Cause... There you go. And then let's finish it off with some skill 3s. I don't like her skill 3 that much, not gonna lie. Her skill 2 is very similar to her skill. Her special's already charged. Okay, I didn't expect that to charge already. They should die, right? I'm very close to it anyway. Maybe I should test how fast she can charge her special. Maybe that's a good thing. Skill 2 charges it pretty well. And skill 3 charges it pretty fast. That skill 3, look at a special charge pretty fast. Skill 1 does it the least. I'm just going to end it off with one more special skill. But yeah, you can see pretty much her main damage is going to be from her special. Now right now, I don't have her built specifically for it. This is just her base skills. But if you build her specifically for special damage, have all the damage caps, have Sword of Lost Souls, can be pretty damn strong, and I'm sure she's going to be very valuable units for a long time. That's how original Cyber Slayer Alice was. She was a top tier unit for an incredibly long time because of how good her special damage was. And it was against all enemies as well. It was so good for a long time until eventually it wasn't enough. Because there were so many other units coming out and damage caps got so high, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Alice. I guess the next thing we can go over is the events. I'm just gonna check Arena for a second. I've been doing a lot of Arena recently. Yeah, special damage is pretty cool. I need at least 20 more thousand, then I'll get 100,000. Hey, yeah, her damage pretty damn high. I tested her out just now. Managed to reach 57,000 with just all. This isn't even 5th enhance. I'm not gonna bother getting 5th enhance yet. I like saving all these potions. I probably shouldn't save these. I have a lot of those. I don't know how I got so many first rate power potions. But yeah. Let's have a look at the event now, I guess. Yeah, stream has started off a bit strange. I didn't really have any internet for the first part of it, but it's going alright now. I'm sad all these. I didn't manage to do all of these. I didn't. Too busy doing arena. Let's go into the event. Haven't started anything here. I'm quite interested to fully build her and see what her max potential can be for a special once I've done that. I think ideally I should have a proper build before time trials because she's most likely going to be used for that. But I don't know how fast I can do that. Yeah, I want rank 1 at least once, but obviously if someone else comes in and starts pushing very hard, it's not like I'm going to be able to do much. If you two end up showing up doing 200k again, I'm not going to stand a chance, so I'm still worried about it. But my main goal is at least to reach 100k plus. I would like to get the... I would like to keep rank 1 for the UR Stardust. I would like to have rank 1 at least once. Just please don't catch up, that's all I gotta say. Wouldn't surprise me if you caught up last week or so. I don't know what your plans are. Ignoring the peanut gallery, I haven't been really paying attention to what they've been saying. Yeah, it would be nice to keep rank 1. Because I haven't tried for it before. This is the most I've tried. And I don't know how you people do it. Getting 200k way too much for me. I mean, I probably could do it, but that's going to be a whole month of commitment. That's too much. I got to do more than just arena for an entire month, you know. The second volume. I will be continuing to hit as long as until I get 100k, and after that, we'll see. Yeah, I get that. A lot of people, some people do that. Like I do that too. There was this other game, Knights and Dragons. There was this one event where, even though I didn't get top 1 overall in the entire game, I still got rank 2. I spent like 11 or 10,000 crystals or gems in that game, which are incredibly difficult to get. It's like £100 or even more than that just for 1,800. I saved so much for that one event. No sleep for the entire weekend just to get a ridiculous amount of points, which I didn't even get rank 1 in the entire game, but that's more of a personal goal type of thing. I do enjoy doing that. After this arena ends, I'm totally going to be tired out probably, but I'm still going to be going for top 10 in every single arena no matter what happens. Maybe eventually in the future I might, I don't know, but we'll see. I've been pushing so hard just because I wanted to keep that gap. But even if I know I have a good gap right now, but I'm still going to keep going. Probably going to be doing a bit less today. There are crystals in this, which is nice. That's good. You should probably try at top 10. I mean, if less people push top 10, it's going to make my life a lot easier. It really is. That's not terrible, sword. For newer players, that could be useful. Potentially. Sometimes I have a problem of just going too try hard in games sometimes. That's probably just only the case in, like, Knights and Dragons, the other one I played. Yeah, I do like doing the testing, but I do it a bit differently than what you guys do because I don't like getting the unit to level 100 instantly, learning everything, because I just feel like once you've built them fully, what do you do from then? Obviously you test them out and everything, but I think the main part of building units is actually learning the skills and leveling them up and everything. I mean, yes, I could get her to level 100 right now and start making a build for time trial. I should probably do that. But I don't know, I think I have a problem with saving too much. I save things and I don't actually use them. Yeah, I could definitely build her super fast, but I just feel like I like doing it at my own pace. Because if I go and do things super fast, start being more competitive and everything, I start losing the fun whenever I go competitive. So I don't know what I'm saying at this point. At least I got all the UR arcs necessary to build her max potential, but I don't know how she's going to be used in the time trial. We'll have to see. So how much UR Stardust do I have right now? 14. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people play differently. So I've been thinking about this for like a few weeks or something, I don't know, but I have 12 UR Stardust right now. I'm thinking maxing this to level 10, but the problem is UR Stardust is so valuable I don't want to do it. Because it's too painful to see it disappear because it takes so long to get the UR Stardust. Lily Matter is... Ignore my plus 35 to int, ignore that please. Level 6. I don't think... This isn't... I'm probably not going to get that to level 10 anytime soon, because I don't think that's even worth doing right now. Yeah. I mean, most gachas are just about spending as much you can, I guess. I mean, a lot of them are. I personally don't like the games that require you to get dupes of units, because then you've got to spend thousands and everything is too much. Yeah, well, I'm in like a difficult situation, kind of. I like using melee the most out of all my units. I could get this to level 10, but I just don't feel like that is worth it. And I could also do the same thing with Eldravana, but is the plus 5k camp really worth 9 Stardust? But the problem is, I believe we're not going to get another new UR arc for another few months, because we've had 2 in the space of a month. So by the time another UR arc is going to release, I'm going to have enough to max a second UR arc skill. And I've already got everything that I want at level 10, like Council 10, Theopolis, and Great War of Ruin are the main 3 that are already level 10. Everything else, whatever, but the main 2 I'm thinking of is either Eldravana or Melee. Probably as much cap as I can, Eldravana, most likely. Yeah, I did realize that when I was using it, when it came out, that even if they got a resistance, it's still not guaranteed. Still pretty nice though, but yeah, it's not necessary to get that to level 10. I feel like the new Eldravana is more worth it to get to level 10 than Melee, in my opinion anyways. We'll see. What I'm probably going to do is see how time trial is. If it is going to be mostly based on Alice and her special damage, then I'm probably going to max this to level 10 just to help me out a little bit there. If not, then I'm probably just going to stack up the Stardust and save it for as long as I can. We'll see how it goes. But I should probably start doing this event now. Yep. But the problem is, what if I never end up needing it, is a thing. Like, what can they possibly release for UR Arcs that's going to be so worth saving all of these UR Stardust? And if I reach 18 UR Stardust, which I will soon once I got 4 more, then that means I'm going to have enough for maxing 2. And what do I do at that point? Well, here's the thing. Sometimes hoarding ruins the fun, don't you think? Like, when I played Knights and Dragons, I had an incredibly... It's either a good or bad problem. I would save all of my crystals I saved for like an entire year. Now that is way too much commitment, but I did it. I don't know if I regret doing that or not, but that was ridiculous at that time. I was like, I hoarded way too much. Could try to get everything as cheap as possible. I mean, I could do the same thing in this game. Probably in some cases I do. Actually, I think in every single gacha game I do that because I feel like if I waste all of my crystals just to get nothing, I just quit the game after that. Might as well start doing some of this event. Because the thing is, I've been spending way too much on this game than I should be. Lena, Ardeen, and Barcelo. Great. Well, right now, I think my number 1 arc skill that I'm going to get to level 10 is the new El Giovanna, because I don't know what else to use it on that is actually worth it, because I don't know. I just think that's the only thing I would do. If I were to max a UR arc skill right now, that's what it would be. Maybe once I reach 18 or once time trial starts, we'll see how it goes. They do like talking, don't they? Yeah, and since UR Stardust basically requires top 10 arena and Crimson Ore, basically the main 2 ways of getting it, time trials are kind of not very often, which I'm glad about because they're kind of stressful. Probably gonna start ranking less on time trials, not gonna lie. I think what I've been doing over the past few months is been ranking more in arena and less in time trials. For whatever reason, I think it's because the game's been getting more complicated. As time's gone on, the game's gotten way more complicated with all these skills and everything. I don't know what I'm doing with this easy stage. But if everyone ends up being unshadow banned in this next time trial, I don't know what I'm gonna rank as. Probably top 30 somewhere. Top 20 or 30. I don't know if I'll manage top 10 this time, we'll see. If it requires the stupid phone booth again, no way I'm gonna be able to get anywhere close. See, here's the thing, if the phone booth arc was available right now, I would totally go and wail for it, but since it's not available, I can't do that. If you want my money, you just gotta do a rerun, trust me. There are some tickets here. The radiance is nice, always nice. That's not very good. I believe the prism is in the ether coin chance box somewhere. Right? I know it said there was one in the event somewhere. So really, you can get normal Alice souls as well as Alice. Hang on. See, the aura of normal Alice is a different color to this Alice. Isn't? I don't know why. I only just noticed that. I'm surprised there's so many cutscenes. I haven't really been paying attention to them this time, right? See, I'm curious to know if they're gonna eventually add literally all of the advocates of gods to Liaha, or whatever her name is, to these cutscenes for anniversaries. Like, eventually it's gonna reach all 4 of them. That seems that so far it is doing that. But Lily and Melee are like my 2 favorite characters. Size doesn't matter. What we're talking about, I looked away for a second and we start talking about sizes doesn't matter. No idea. Whether it's big or small. Sure. Is it going to be incredibly tiny? Well, I just think the only reason why I like them is because they just look really awesome. That's it. I mean, yeah, you would think maybe my favorite unit would be someone like Summer Alice, but surprisingly it's not. It's not always about the waifus, trust me. I mean, yes, but no. I mean, very rarely. Sometimes I go onto Google Play Store and look for some new games, check them out. Surprisingly, most of them are gacha waifu games. Don't ask me why. I don't have a problem, it's just there's so many of them. I have a, you're floating. You're dead anyway. I have tried a lot of gacha games, a lot of them, but I've only really stuck to the same ones. I used to play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, but I just kind of, I don't know, got bored of that eventually. But games like Last Cloudia, I don't really ever get bored of this. Something about it. I've been playing some Puzzle Dragons as well. That's pretty much the only 2 games I play. I always try out like at least a new gacha game, but I only play it for like a few weeks or something. Then I just come back to this one. This always happens. I mean, I'm very interested to know what everyone's favorite art is, or unit design is in this game, because there are a lot of designs. Echoes of Mana I've heard of, yes, but I haven't seen it or played it. I have never played a Mana game or anything. I've no idea what it's about, but maybe I could try it out. It's just right now I have to finish my university work, which has got like a few weeks left. After that, it's summer break for me. Then I can do whatever I want. But right now, I've been having so much going on that I really don't feel like doing anything. That's the reason why I've been doing Arena, because I don't feel like playing any other games right now, because I just feel like chilling out and doing nothing. You can see why this is my favorite design in the entire game, right? This massive scythe, wings made of hands. Where could you go wrong with this? Still my favorite design unit. I don't think anything is going to beat that. It's kind of similar to... I think I have a problem with wings. I like wings so much. Having massive wings is just really cool to me. I don't know why. Another cutscene. Well, I'm not complaining. See, the thing is, if I go and play a new gacha game, right, I'm worried about enjoying it because then I start spending money. Well, I feel like if the problem with gacha games is I only stick around if I get what I want, which I know I shouldn't do that. That loudmouth. Oh, great killing machine. I mean, I can justify myself if I want to, but my only justification is I like wings, and just looks really cool. That's it. I would have more of a problem if my favorite unit was Summer Alice, because that's like the most waifu material there. It's not. Trust me. I'm almost at my limits. You what? Don't take out. Yeah, sure. I'm ready for some. I've been waiting for some really difficult, hard bosses for an incredibly long time. I need that story content, man. I really need it. Story content is my favorite in this game. When stages like Zleo came out, or Mother System and all of those type of stages, that was the fun times when I actually had to use my units, come up with strategy, stuff like that. That was great. Do it right or else it's useless. I don't know what's going on. How scary. Basically, Lily and Melee are both just yanderes. Don't hate me for saying that, but it's true. They're just yanderes. Really. That's just what they are. So Liaha, or whatever her name is probably the goddess of yandere. Wonder where that's going. Sure. I like these, Anna. These are great. Maybe. It would be very interesting to see two advocates fight each other, wouldn't it? Like, their true forms fighting each other. I can picture that. Stalker. Come on, I just need that level 46. It's just there. It's just like one more XP or something like that. If I leveled up Alice to 100, it'd probably be enough, wouldn't it? I can't even see a gap in between. It looks full to me. Bonus stage. Extra challenge. Machine army. Yeah, probably after this stream I'll start doing arena again just because. I mean, I probably shouldn't because it's been getting a bit too much, but whatever. Maybe, let's do some of these. Get more crystals from these would be great. More unit souls as well. I actually have an assignment due tomorrow. Don't know if I'll get that finished, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I have a thing in an hour from now, and I still haven't had lunch yet. Let's just finish off these events and then we'll probably end that there. Really? Part of me was hoping... Well, part of me always hopes that there's harder stages. I mean, I don't know how other games have their events. Obviously, you've got to have hard enough, easy enough stages for newer players to be able to do the events, but I just feel like Last Cloudia needs to make more content for endgame. I'm only saying that because I've completed everything in this game. Story related and stages. When new units come out, it's like you can't even use them before they get outdated because there's no content to use them in. But I guess the most fun I have is with testing out the units, really. Those are all the normal stages. Hard stages, facing the same thing, extra challenge. I don't see anything. I'm just gonna be doing all of this events, getting all these materials and stuff like usual. It isn't that hard to get all of these points and materials in most events, which is fine. And yeah, I guess there's not much nothing else I can really cover in this stream, I think. Oh yes, 300 more crystals. This anniversary has been really good, especially for crystals. Really. Some people are so fast with building their units. Anyways, I think that's it for me. I can't think of anything else that I could do on this stream. I mean, I could do the events and stuff, but at points, I don't want to stretch out the stream because it's also saved as a video later on. I mean, I could, like, take the stream, and edit it, do stuff, but yeah, thanks. I will be enjoying Alice, hopefully. I mean, to be honest, I haven't been enjoying units that much recently. I've mostly just been doing Arena. But yeah, thanks for coming. I still got to do my conclusion of what I think of Alice so far. I can't give a rating or anything, but I never do that. Yeah, I've done basically everything in the stream. You basically joined at the end of the stream. This is gonna be uploaded as a video later on, but yeah. I'm pretty lucky this time, like most other times, I guess. But yeah, I've got stuff to do, so I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. So we got a few more days of these free pulls, make sure to do that. One thing to note is the new SSR arc is not included in this one, they don't update the Scatcher. So my conclusion of this update so far, I think Alice is very solid units. Now, I'm probably going to recommend to not build her as a physical DPS unit because her main maximum potential, what she does best at, is her special damage. Being able to do ridiculous amount of damage with a special, that's the best thing she's at. Even though she is another light DPS unit, ignore that, just think of her as a special damage unit, and she's going to be incredibly good. She's going to be the best in the game for special damage, and I don't know how useful she's going to be in terms of content, because there isn't really that much content because I've done everything, but if I ignore that part, new players are going to have a harder time building Alice because she requires so much. And specifically, thanks for the sub. I wish I could change the animations of the notifications, but I don't have Streamlabs Pro or whatever it's called. I don't know, because it requires paying for it. I'm more of just a casual YouTuber, if you know what I mean, but any support is appreciated. But yeah, Alice, I think she's going to be pretty solid. I'm worried about Alice being required for the time trial. I've said that many times, but it's happened before in the past. White Monolith Arc is good for these skills. A lot of this stuff I've already said, so I guess I probably shouldn't repeat myself, should I? I want to continue the stream, but I really can't. But yeah, I think if you have a choice between Alice and Shift Rollins, what would I recommend? Again, it depends on your accounts. I think more endgame players are going to be able to benefit from Alice a lot more than newer players, because if you've got the UR arcs necessary and everything to make her as good as she is, like Great War of Ruin's going to make her so good, as well as Eldravana, both the new one and the old one. They're just going to make her so good. If you've got those, she's definitely going to be a top tier unit on your account if you've got everything available. If you're a new player and don't have that much available, she's still going to be a good unit because she can equip machines and swords, which are the best weapons like Trishula. She's still going to be good, but I think newer players are going to benefit from getting Roland more than Alice. And there is also a UR arc available in this gacha as well, and there isn't on this one, so that's one thing to keep in mind as well. But yeah, I'm going to be building Alice. Hopefully I should get a proper build by the time time trial is released. If not, then I don't know, we'll just have to see. But next stream will be in 2 weeks from now. Time trial is starting next week. I'm not really going to cover anything on that because people don't show their teams because it kind of ruins it, you know. And I don't expect to rank very high in the next time trial because I'm doing arena and I'm quite busy at the moment. Time trials don't last very long, they only last like a week. Wish we had more time for it to test out things, but just gonna have to see how it is. And if you are endgame players and planning to push in time trial, you're probably gonna need to build up Alice as soon as you can, because there's a chance that she might be useful there, and if you want the best time possible, just try that out. And same as usual, do Kel and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in this stream. There's still 13 people here, which is surprising, really. But yeah, thanks for watching this, I guess, and hopefully everyone else gets lucky with the Alice if you plan to go for her. If you're deciding between Alice and Roland, pretty much always mentioned it. But yeah, thanks. My luck was pretty good this time. But even if I didn't have luck, I was going to get her regardless because I have enough crystals just to get her no matter what. Which is, if there's a unit that I want uh, enough, then I just get it. That's how it is. I mean, that's not going to be like that forever because there's going to be reach a point where I probably won't be able to do that anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this stream. Been over 2 hours, kind of a normal time stream. I have things to do, so I'm gonna leave now. Hopefully everyone else enjoys this event, and remember the time trial in a week from now. So yeah, I'll see you in about 2 weeks from now. There's probably not going to be any videos or anything in between because I'm just too busy at the moment, and I need time to just chill out and do things, you know, since I've had a lot going on. But yeah, I'll see you in about 2 weeks from now, and yeah, bye.